Well, isn't this a gift to Habs fans on this lovely December 25th? Because today what I wanted to do was dive into some of the names that have defined the past few days, defined the past week, and that technically defined today as well. This is a beautiful Christmas gift to the city of Montreal. Let's start things out by talking about one of the best rookies in the National Hockey League. I think at the time of recording this audio, he still leads the NHL rookie class in scoring. Let's just quickly check that out over here. Yes, he does. Ivan Demidov is the number one point scorer amongst rookies in the NHL this season. He has overtaken Beckett Seneca and Matthew Schaefer. The fact that Ryan Leonard is top four despite missing a significant chunk of time is pretty remarkable. But Ivan Demidov is still number one, and he's been doing some pretty good work as of late. I know, because my fantasy team very much thanks him. He's been a point per game the past little while here. He's got a total of 30 points in 37 games played, on pace for about 67 points, which would match him, actually, with Matvei Mishkov and what that guy was able to accomplish last year. But from one Montreal Canadiens drafted Russian to another, today I wanted to focus instead on one Alexander Zharovsky, who still does not have a profile picture on Elite Prospects. That is absolutely hilarious to me, how they're still using the default photo for this guy. Salavat Yuleyev Ufa, KHL forward, 18 years old, a Montreal Canadiens draft pick, 34th overall, this most recent draft. He's a guy that, by all accounts, based off of what the Canadiens had been saying about him, seems like if the Montreal Canadiens had either of their first-round picks that they used to trade for Noah Dobson this previous draft, they probably would have taken Zharovsky had they had the opportunity. So the fact that he was available in round two, and that they ended up taking him, despite the fact that some other NHL teams were eyeing him down instead, is a pretty lucky way things turned out. So, heading over to Zharovsky, you'll notice that earlier today, December 25th, 2025, against Amur Khabarovsk, he went out there and scored 3 points, a goal and 2 assists in 15 minutes of game time. That puts Zharovsky at a total of 28 points in 31 games this season, on pace for about 54 points in 60 games. This is significant because even before today's game, before the guy went out there and scored 3 points, he was still already outproducing and outscoring Ivan Demidov. Take a look at this. It was posted by the KHL's English Twitter account. Alexander Zharovsky leads his team in points and already outpaces last season's KHL Rookie of the Year, Ivan Demidov. Their first 30 games in their first full KHL season at 18 years old, Zharovsky had 25 points, Demidov had 20. Now you can see they included shooting percentage and time on ice here, so it's very clear that Ivan Demidov wasn't given as much leeway as Zharovsky is being given right now, but that doesn't discredit the fact that Zharovsky still has produced more. He still has 5 more points on Demidov in the same sample size, first 30 games of their KHL debut season at 18. And folks in the replies are saying, yeah, no, a goal and 2 assists today. Zharovsky has 28 points total. The kid's playing 3 minutes plus, and he isn't playing under Rottenberg as well, but I get it. He is amazing. Now, we do need to acknowledge every time we talk about Zharovsky, if you swapped the teams, there's no guarantee that these numbers would be the same. If Zharovsky was playing for Roman Rottenberg on SKA St. Petersburg, I honestly doubt he would have had this much ice time and this much success. If Demidov was playing for Salavat Yuleyev Ufa, where they aren't a military-funded team, they aren't the main squad in Russia, they don't have all the pressure and all the fans, then I think it's probably more likely that Demidov would have been able to score more points. Kirill Kaprizov, as we mentioned him all those time, that guy was able to score a lot because he also wasn't playing on one of the top teams in Russia during his rookie year. These things do matter when it comes to rookie deployment in the Continental Hockey League. The league is not a development league. They want to prioritize winning and actually putting the best team forward, and sometimes that does come at the behest of younger guys whose NHL fans want to see develop and get better as top-of-the-line players. It just doesn't work that way. This isn't a developmental league like the AHL or the major junior scene is here in Canada or the US. Now, sticking with Ivan Demidov, there was a video going around on social media of him and Montreal Canadiens D-man Lane Hutson skating together at an outdoor rink in NDG on Christmas Day. And this is pretty cool. I mean, it's probably chilly out there in Quebec. NDG, where is that? Let's go out there and Google that. Sorry, my geography is not great. Notre-Dame-de-Grâce. Okay. Neighborhood in Quebec, Canada. Nice. Look at that, eh? Blue skies, white clouds, probably chilly. Just get a good sweat on there on the ODR. Beautiful, beautiful moments there, especially seeing Demidov and Hutson. Speaking about that Lane Hutson, we did make a video about him earlier this morning. So you could check that out if you want to see it. It goes over how Hutson is one of the top NHL assist guys this year in 2025. But speaking about that Lane Hutson, guess where he also was included on? That's right, the NHL's best team of the week from December 18th all the way to December 23rd. This is interesting because this kind of wraps up everything that we had seen before the holiday break kicked in. The best team of the week, you've got Brady Tkachuk, Drake Batherson, Connor McDavid. In fact, you have a whole bunch of Ottawa Senators up there, alongside of Mark Stone and Mitch Marner. But heading over to the defense and the goaltending, you can see that the number one defenseman in the National Hockey League this previous 7 days was Lane Hutson, with a combined game score metric of 10.84. What a total beast, and the best goalie in the NHL the past week was Jacob Fowler with a 5.6 rating. For reference, these are the worst defensemen in the week. You have K'Andre Miller, Oliver Ekman-Larsson in the 7s, Jeremy Swayman was the worst goaltender of the week, which the Montreal Canadiens definitely did have a part in. They lit the guy up and totally torched my fantasy team on that Tuesday. But hey, that's pretty good, eh? Jacob Fowler is a rookie goaltender, just barely made his NHL debut, and now he's the best goaltender the league has seen the past 7 days, alongside of Lane Hutson being the best D-man. Big shout out over to Quinn Hughes for being on this list as well. I'm not salty about that. No, sir. John Carlson, Moritz Seider, Darren Radish. Oh my goodness, what a great list of guys over there. That guy, Darren Radish, by the way, so amazing. He has been fantastic to watch the past few weeks here. But I wanted to give some love over to Hutson, Fowler, Demidov, of course, for setting the standard and setting his records in place, records that are meant to be broken at the hands of Alexander Zharovsky. With all this in mind, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about these pieces of Canadiens news. Demidov, Hutson, the best and worst team of the week going out there. Thoughts in the comment section below on this Christmas Day. How do you feel about these Canadian stories? I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.